Let's look at your read, Sag, and see what's coming up for you mid-month. For those of you that don't know, I'm a psychic medium. If you do want a personal booking, link is directly below. And yes, these are out in the members hub ahead of the main crowd. Okay, what do I see coming through for you guys? Now, how we're unpacking this is what your potential opportunities can be in the area of romance, and very separately, we're diving deep into those of you dealing with a current connection or physically in it. So tuning into or physically in it. Okay, it's almost like I feel this turbulent energy, and I don't necessarily feel this as negative. I feel it's almost like you're trying to gain your bearings into this new world you're entering into. I do feel particularly, I'm hearing the term the world is your oyster, and some of us can be overzealous and very optimistic, but I do feel it's almost like you're trying to bite in and deal with something. I feel you may need to step back and take a look at it. Some of you are feeling extremely tired. It's almost like a burnout zone. I definitely feel there's a new chapter coming here, and there could be this sense of stress that is surrounding it, whatever this new chapter is going to be. It's almost like I feel juggling. I see it like the circus act trying to juggle to try and get things done. I feel if you do actually get the opportunity to step back and actually look at your love life of what you want, what your likes and dislikes are, I feel you're going to tap into your true emotional core. Some of you, I do feel there's changes happening around family, home, your own personal emotions with the moon card coming up. But I also feel you're going to have an opportunity to share something with somebody. Some of you, if you have been dealing with a conflicting situation, I feel it's almost like I said, you need to step back, you need to look at the painting and, pause before acting. I feel it's really important to pause. I also feel there's going to be a great relief, and this great relief is going to be something turning in your favour finally. I feel you have an ideal, especially for those of you that are single. It's almost like the changes that you've gone through over the last few years. You have had quite tough transits. I feel you're having a revelation that, it was a real balancing act. I also feel that if everyone has been needing upon you, you're having this revelation there's some things you simply can't do. It's like, where does this directly impact me? Is this taking me to my highest good? Is this lifestyle, and I'm hearing the term lifestyle, so it could be that you're making some changes in how you deal with your stress levels, because it could be coming out in your body, coming through in fatigue, coming through in emotions, coming through in self-expression in a very volatile manner. I feel you're really wanting to communicate more effectively with individuals, but also be able to articulate it. So I think you're taking this kind of natural instinct pause to step back so that you can recenter, so you then can address it. And it's funny because my throat chakra almost went then. I really do feel a lot of pressure that's been coming up from you around your family. I especially feel you could be very strict, very stern, especially for those of you if you have children, or even relating to a situation surrounding a parent figure. This can be a person that you are connected to. Some of you could be getting advice from this could be a spiritual guru. This could be, again, somebody who you actually look up to. I feel like you're requiring a lot more of yourself. I also feel some of your goals that you're wanting to achieve, you're going to be strict with yourself with that in order to achieve it. I do feel some of you are super fertile at this point in time. I also feel from a romantic point of view, the romance for you guys has been pretty tough at the minute. I do think it's going to ease up, but I think it's going to be as we move to mid-month, potentially even into the first week of February. It's almost like you may, again, I feel you're trying to work with individuals, but there's too many people to appease. Some of you are going to be quite social by mid-month. I do feel some of you, it can be somebody who's coming in to lend a hand in some shape or form. You could be meeting people through social groups. This could be surrounding your home environment, people coming to your home, somebody turning up. Some of you are looking at a holiday. This is also an opportunity where maybe as you're letting go and coming to terms with the past, that you actually meet somebody for some of you. I feel this real, it's almost like a silence that may kind of wave over you, that where you don't know what to say, you don't know what to do, you just want some peace and tranquility. Because I do feel whatever you're going to achieve this year, especially in the laws of attraction of attracting love, I feel you're wanting to get your bearings prior to really deciding what to do with this. I do feel if you have been dealing with a very troublesome dynamic, especially for those of you either in the couple gym or directly, tuning into an individual who you have had a connection with, I think you've learned a great deal, but it's like I'm seeing you directly assessing a contract, and it can feel a little bit karmic in nature. Is this everything it was cracked out to be? Are we in alignment? Are we on the same page? Sometimes we can sort of say to ourselves, hey, this is where we are. This is the status quo. But I feel in this instant, it's a time to bring the love back. It's a time to see whether it can be renegotiated. And I feel a renegotiation of terms. I do feel somebody's definitely going to appreciate you, but it's not. Sometimes it can be they've lost you and then they appreciate you. But I do feel in your heart, in the heart of it, it's because you love people that you do things. And some of it, it's almost like I feel you bit off a little bit more than you could chew. And so if you have a romantic interest really pushing you and you're currently in the connection, I feel it's almost like you want to put the brakes on and you want to read something, you want to do something. But you want this situation to slow down. It's going a little bit too fast for you. I feel be very careful with liaisons, coupled or single, because a child will come of this. I do feel you're incredibly fertile at this point in time. Some of you could be looking also very separately at a home-based business, how to liberate yourself, how to have more fun, how to really bring the chemistry back into the connection. This could be playful banter as we enter into mid-month, and that's for singles and couples. I feel that, it's almost like something that has been discussed. And I feel this has been previous tense, has been lost in translation. So there has been some confusion around this connection. You're trying to be fair. You're trying to understand. For some of you, I feel your instincts were maybe, on the fact that this person wasn't paying enough attention to you, or the chemistry had come out of the connection. I feel for some of you, there could be two options here. This is two ways to achieve it. This is almost like wanting to get the connection back to where it used to be. This can be a reconciliation for some. Whoa. For some reason, I feel as though you got two opportunities here. This is either that this person is changing and you feel it's the only way that it's going to bring about balance. This can be the personal emotional changes they've gone through that directly have impacted you. I feel on the heart of it, you do love this person. I think there is trust in this connection, trust issues. You also may be dealing with an individual, especially for those of you cross-watching that's going through this, maybe in a, this is definitely a time where, from a karmic point of view, if we're really unhappy in a circumstance, it's where we can actually liberate ourselves. I definitely see, especially those of you in a connection, there's something that's amiss here. There's something that's off. This person, I feel, is brushing it off as circumstantial. This person is very cautious and wary. This person worries that people judge them. Those of you that are single, if you're tuning into a romantic interest of the past, I feel this person does watch you, and I feel I'm hearing the term they're stuck in between a rock and a hard place. But I feel that there is healing here, but I feel they're going about this circumstance very tactically, almost trying to, it might have made you feel that you've been put in the friend basket. I especially feel for those of you, it's a tactical approach, okay? So it feels like it's a tactical approach. They're aware of this. At one point it might have been working, but at this point it feels it's reached its end point. I feel you personally, Sagittarius, are looking at your life moving forward and saying, hey, who am I taking with me? Who am I not? There could be a large situation or a project or something you're moving into and you feel it's going to take you in a different direction. I also feel either you or this other person has wanted quite a bit from you, and so it has put pressure on you. This can be financially, this could be emotionally, but there has been a lot, like I said, on your plate, and I feel you've been trying to do this in a balancing act, but it's wearing you down. So this particularly can bring about an emotional revelation of the requirement for tame inside of connections. And I feel any conflict, if somebody's really trying to put a spanner in the works or has put a spanner in the works, you're realizing this month where that spanner's coming from. And I do feel this is the key to this connection actually moving forward. I especially feel for those of you that are tuning into a love of the past, I feel they're having a revelation of where the blockage is. I don't feel initially they felt they knew that this was impacting them, but I do feel they do now. And I feel they want to actually communicate. Look, I really do feel this week there is a possibility, especially for the next half of this month. I feel there's a possibility that there is movement forward towards your commitments and your connections of what you want in your life and how you see it. But you could be talking about some very difficult circumstances, and I feel there could be some apprehension. So I think you're going to pause prior to actually addressing this. This can be on either side of the fence, but I'm really feeling for you, Sage, it's like where you're going, what you're doing, how you're proceeding forward. I especially feel you're thinking about this quite heavily while you're working. I feel you're taking a tactical approach, but you also happen to be bluntly honest with yourself. Could there be trust issues here? I do feel so. It doesn't have to be on your side. I do feel it could be within the connection that you're connected to. Okay, what are they doing with this place? They know where their happiness is. They know what happiness looks like. So it's something they're not ignoring. But there's some home truth that's been hidden here, and I feel you're going to dig deeper. I feel this will come out to the surface. This will come out in the open. Some of you can be talking to friends for moral support. Some of you, it could be, having to be careful around these friendship groups. Having to really focus on where your life is going in order to bring the balance back in. And also especially feel it's almost like if somebody puts you in the friendship zone, I feel this is where it's directly getting resolved and there's a revelation here, especially for those of you that are single. Take care, beautiful. So I'll see you throughout the month. If you do want a private booking, you can go to the link directly below. Otherwise, stay safe and I'll see you soon.